So we're going to be out there on the track with the Clash of the Titans version number 2 here in just a second. Hope everybody's having a great time. Lots of cool stuff happening down there underneath the grandstands. Several vendors also are down there. The event t-shirts are underneath the grandstands. The AMA Pro Racing t-shirts, the official merchandise trailer, is right out in front of the grandstands in the red trailer. So we're checking the track right now, and then we're going to turn them loose with Chris Carr, the 7-time Grand National champion, going head-to-head versus the 3-time champion of the number 9, Jay Springsteen. So they're checking things out right now as soon as we get the official word. Now Springsteen's coming back out there. So Springsteen and Carr going head-to-head. Last year it was Chris Carr to take the victory. I'm sorry, Jay Springsteen took the victory. Chris Carr said he wants to win this one. So Chris Carr on the Zanatti Racing Harley-Davidson XR750, and Jay Springsteen is riding one of Jared Meese's backup motorcycles. For you fans watching on fanschoice.tv, there's an onboard camera on the back of the number 4 bike of Chris Carr, so we'll get some onboard footage here in just a second. We also have a special treat coming up here in the booth. We'll get him right here into the seat in just a second. We're going to have a special guest announcer, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bring that up here in just a second as we get ready for the Clash of the Titans. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 3-time World Superbike champion up here to the booth, none other than a 21i, Troy Bayliss. Troy, how did you do out there? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Did you have fun out there?
Well, yeah, I guess I sort of had a bit of fun, but it's always fun when you're going faster, but it's nice to be part of this whole event and slowly coming to grips with it.
Just from what happened last week and how you ran last week, you have shown a huge improvement coming into this week as we're getting ready to see the Clash of the Titans, Chris Carr versus Jay Springsteen. What's been your biggest improvement so far in your mind?
Well, I'm not improving as fast as I want, but I'm actually really happy to sit here and see these two legends go at it. It's going to be fun. Two great rivals from in the past.
All right, so we're going to the track right now, Troy. Here we go. The 7-time Grand National champion is on number 4. That's Chris Carr.
Yep.
The 3-time Grand National champion, Jay Springsteen, on the number 9. These are some of my heroes. What about you?
Exactly. I mean, I've spent a bit of time with Chris over the past months and seen him around at the Super Prestigio and also at Springfield and here again. Both the guys are, true professionals and certainly badass hard riders, that's for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The Clash of the Titans, verse number 2. They're on the starting line, and they are off. Chris Carr grabs the whole shot. How hard is it to get a start on a dirt track bike?
Yeah, I got a lot of spin on that one. It wasn't so great, but I mean, it is what it is, and I enjoyed my time, but it'd be nice to see these fellas get around. Well, I'm sure they're going to mix it up a bit.
You're in a great spot right now here. You can see the onboard footage of Chris Carr. He leads him off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Jay Springsteen right there in second. Here comes the draft. Is the draft here at Sacramento any similar to a road race draft?
Yeah. It's not that much different, honestly. For me, it's all about getting used to the bikes with no front brakes. That's my thing, But
right.
It's just step by step. But seeing these guys go around, I mean, they don't ride very much these days, and to see them jump back on the bike, they don't forget it. They've done so many years, cut their teeth at it. All these guys are riding so fast, and that's what I expected. I came here and I expected it was going to be difficult, that's for sure.
Jay Springsteen out front. He is 58 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, he's won 43 Grand Nationals. He won his 43rd when he's 43 years old. He'll lead him down the back straightaway. Chris Carr actually almost put his foot down coming up at 2, and he's going to go around the outside of Springer. Springer on the 9. That's a great shot, onboard footage shot that you guys are watching at Fan Choice, also on the big screen. So Carr's out front. Springsteen's in second. Who's going to win, Troy?
I think Carl will have it today, but I mean, I bet they're having a ball riding out there together, and it's not so serious, but they'll be loving it, that's for sure.
I know last year we had the transponders on the bikes, and their times were just as fast as the GNC1 riders, and they could have made the field last year. As Chris Carr leads them into turn number 1, Springsteen is right there on the bottom, and he's actually pulling up right on the back wheel. We were watching in the heat races earlier. You kind of leave a little bit of a gap and then have some room to accelerate and make the draft pass by. Here comes Springer around the inside. How fun is this?
It's nice to see him ride around, I must say.
Springsteen out front, Troy Bayliss up here in the announcer's booth with me, Chris Carr in the 2 spot on the racetrack. I'm not sure how many laps we're running. We'll have to wait and watch the flag man, as I'm sure the riders are too. Clash of the Titans, version number 2 for 2015. Springer and Carr.
It's a great atmosphere. I'm sure the people in the crowd are really digging this, and I'm sure they've seen him ride many years over the past, that's definitely.
And actually, Chris Carr won his first mile race right here several years ago, and he ended up winning 78 Grand National wins. So he's had one hell of a career as well as the number 9.
Isn't he a local boy?
Yeah, he's from right down the road, Stockton.
Stockton.
He grew up at the Lodi short track where they were racing last night. We went down there, got to announce that one. Great short track race just down the road in Lodi. So it's Springer out front on the 9, Chris Carr right there in second on the number 4 bike, XR750s, and these are modern bikes. The bike out front is actually actually one of the Jared Meese bikes. The Mike in seconds, one of the Zanatti bikes. Here comes Carr. Look at that perfect draft pass into the lead. Excellent move into the first corner. It's still Chris Carr out front, and Springer is right there in the 2 spot. Laps are winding down for sure.
They both look so good on the bike, though, don't they?
Absolutely. They look so smooth. Springer sets up a little bit early right there.
Bit of a wobble.
A little bit of a wobble, a little head shake. Springer goes back to the lead into turn number 3. Laps definitely winding down and maybe working out some strategy for the end of the race.
I don't know how long these guys have got, but they're doing a good job.
How much of a factor is fitness in flat track? Were you surprised at how physical these bikes can be?
Honestly, it's more, definitely they're physical, but the bikes, you've got to be concentrated so much and hit the mark perfectly. As soon as you go off the line here, I've done it a couple of times, it's a complete disaster.
And you got to hang on and try to slow the thing down so you don't lose it all the way up into the air fence. So Chris Carr's back out front, and we got Springer, man, right there in the 2 spot. Laps winding down here in this clash of the Titans 2. Here comes Springer. Take a look up the inside. Look at that draft pass. They're inches apart. What a pass.
I wonder if they'll share a beer after. I'm sure they might.
Afterwards, maybe after the race is all done, because you still got to race again. Chris Carr's going to come up here and get back to work. So Springer's going to lead him off of 4 cars right there on the number 4 bike here. They come to the start-finish line. There's the checkered flag. It is going to be Springer.
Oh,
wow.
Pretty close, though.
I don't have a transponder on him, but I believe Jay Springsteen took the win, and Chris Carr comes up just a little bit short once again. So we're going to come back here to the booth as that is checkered flag. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the Clash of the Titans 2. I believe Springer takes the win, Chris Carr in second. They're talking to each other. Here we are back in the booth. Troy, thanks for stopping by.
Nice to be here,
You've got to be here in a semi in just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'd love to make the main. I mean, it's going to be a difficult one for me here today, and I'm feeling better on the bike, but yeah, I need to take another step.
You got to finish in the top 6 spots. What do you think your chances are?
Well, honestly, if I can get off to a really good start, I'll be half confident. But apart from that, it's going to be a struggle. You got to be. I'm not in the spot now to really push the passes like I'd like to be able to do them, just because I'm not quite comfortable enough.
Well, you're getting the experience that you need. You made a great impression last week. You got a lot faster here tonight. Best of luck to you in your semi. Thanks for stopping by the booth.
Thanks, guys.
Troy, good luck in that semifinal. That's Troy Bayliss. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner once again of the race out there was Jay Springsteen and Chris Carr. I don't know if we're going to get to talk to him. Troy, best of luck to you a little bit later on. He's got to go get ready and hit for his semifinal. After this one, I believe, I don't know if he's going to go to the victory podium or not. We'll try to get him down there. Don't know if we're going to get that happening. I guess that is going to be it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to our first scheduled intermission. We do have some local sponsors we want to thank you, and we'll be right back here soon with the Sacramento Mile. Looks like a lot of them are down there by the podium. I don't know if any of them make it to the podium, but we're going to take our first scheduled intermission. Get a word from our local sponsors right now. We'll be right back.
I think every fan waited all evening, all day to watch this shape up. You guys are making friends on the line before you go out to battle. What was that like for you, Jay?
Wow, what a great race. That is so much fun. I wish I could come back and race with these guys. I think I could beat some of these young kids. But hey, it's a pleasure racing with Chris like that. And I was like, I kept looking out of the corner of my eye. No, he's coming by me, but he didn't make it. He got me after the start-finish line, but wow, what a great race. Super fun racing with these guys. I wish we could do this. Me and Chris could do this every weekend.
Yeah, that would be Chris, what are your thoughts on that race?
This old bastard still hauls the mail, man. I tell you, he's a and an all motorcycle. Way to go.
All right. Okay, we lost the mic for a second, so I wanted to make sure we caught that. How much seat time have you guys had?
Last time I was here 10 months ago, and I did play around a little bit down in Savannah back in November, but I've been busy doing other stuff.
All right, Jay.
Well, a couple weeks ago, Ray C's Harley Davidson in Lapeer, Michigan had an open house for the Harley dealership, and I brought my own personal XR there. And he had brand new concrete there, and Springer did a burnout down his brand new concrete, left a big black mark down there, and I wheelied for everybody there. And so, truthfully, that was the last time I rode my bike. But last year here, you know, I still ride my motocrosser a little bit. I ride on the ice in the wintertime, and all my buddies, they call me the wing nut because I have a 1200 Honda Goldwing that I put studded tires on it and I ride it on the ice in the wintertime with a sidecar. And about 4 laps, you got arm pump riding this thing, but it's super fun. It's a pleasure to come back here and ride like this.
All right, so you guys have proven that with age does not come cage. Sacramento, give it up for these two.
All right, Jay Springsteen and Chris Carr, first and second out there in the Clash of the Titans 2. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our first scheduled intermission. In the meantime, we're going to shoot some T-shirts, sit back and relax, talk to your friends. We'll be back here in the next couple of minutes, right here at the Sacramento Mile.
I'm super excited about X Games Austin. It's been a long time coming up to it. I've been working with Harley Davidson a lot on a lot of different interviews and promotional things starting last year. There's been a lot leading up to it, so it's pretty cool to actually be a reality. Flat track is, in my eyes, is one of the most intense types of racing. You know, you have so many overtakes, whether it's for the lead or, even sometimes mid-pack, and, riders are side by side going over 100 miles per hour. And it's pretty cool. It's just a complete rush getting on a motorcycle, and it's basically you can block everything else that's going on in your life and everything else that's going on in the world, and nothing else really matters in what you're doing at that moment. So I think that's what I like about racing motorcycles. It takes a lot of guts, I believe, to be able to sit on a flat track motorcycle, especially when it comes to miles and half miles and deep cushion and hooked up racetracks, because it basically is the harder you ride, the faster you go. And it takes quite a bit of bravery to be slinging it off at 140 miles per hour and just be like, all right, my job is to not let off in this corner, or not let off, period, the whole time. And it's basically, it takes a little bit different of a mind frame to put yourself in that position, but I enjoy it and I wouldn't have it any other way, and it's what I love to do. It's super exciting to be on my Harley Davidson factory XR 750. Harley Davidson's a big supporter of mine and a huge supporter of the sport, so to be basically representing the Harley Davidson Motor Company and be their poster child and be the one going out there trying to get the gold, along with riders like Jared Mees and Kenny Coolbeth, it's pretty cool to carry the torch.